If you're continuing from the last video, welcome back. If you're starting up now, welcome. This will be a slow-paced, restful stretching practice. If you have props like 2 blocks or 2 blankets and a strap, that will be really great. If you don't, you can also do this practice without any props other than a stack of books near the end if you don't have blocks. To begin, bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees lower to the sides. If you have 2 blocks or 2 rolled blankets or pillows, have them nearby. You might want them in a second. Go ahead and come back onto your elbows, and then lower your back and your head all the way down to the mat. Feel free to adjust your feet until you feel that they're in the right spots. Not too close to your pelvis, not too far away. We're going for a gentle hip opening here without too much pressure on the knees. If you feel good where you're at, stay there. If you feel like this is too much on your hips, you can place 2 blocks under your thighs, or 2 blankets or pillows if you don't have blocks. Place those underneath you and see how that feels. If you need more support, you can bring the props closer to your hips. Just try and get really comfortable here. Your hands can rest wherever you want them to be. Maybe both hands on the belly, maybe one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Or you can open the arms up to the side. This is a really nice shoulder opening position. Invite your eyelids to gently close. Wherever you are, just settle in there and take a deep breath in. Feel the air slowly filling your lungs, filling your belly. Exhale, release the air as slowly as you can. Breathe in again, a nice, soft, slow, nourishing breath. As you exhale, maybe letting go of stress, tension, fatigue, anything you want to let go of. Inhale, allowing the life force to flow into you. As you're breathing, noticing the sensations of your breath, the sensations of your body. Notice what it's like to just be still. This pose is a gentle hip opener, but it's also a pose for relaxation and for stillness, which is a really powerful thing. A lot of times it's actually the thing we need most. We're spending about 1.5 to 2 minutes in each of these poses, which is not quite as long as we would hold them in a yin yoga class, but we're staying in them long enough to encourage the body's relaxation response to turn on, bringing us into that rest and digest state where our cells have a chance to repair and replenish anything that needs repairing or replenishing. So this is not a yin class, but this is our yin state of energy, this quiet, restful state of being. We'll be taking about 2 more rounds of breath here. Start mentally preparing to move. Use your hands to assist your legs as you draw your knees toward each other. Allow the soles of your feet to rest on the ground, hip distance apart, and allow your knees to lean against each other. Give your whole body a few moments to rest here. Straighten your left leg. Let it rest on the mat. Grab your strap if you have one. You can also use a belt or a scarf instead, or just your hands. Hug your right knee into your chest and move the right knee from side to side as you're pressing it toward your chest. Notice the sensations that creates in your right hip. Wrap your strap around the back of your right foot and slowly straighten your leg. If your leg needs to stay low to be straight, that's fine. Use the strap to pull your foot up as high as it will go. As high as you can get it while keeping the leg straight. You'll start feeling a stretch in the back of the hamstring, the back of the calf. If you don't have a strap or any other prop, place your hands on the backs of your thighs. If you can, walk them up to grab onto the back of your calf. If you can reach, grab your big toe. If you're using your strap, just hold on. You can hold it with one or both hands. Settle into a steady rhythm of breath. Invite your eyelids to close. Once again, settle into stillness. Giving all of the muscles and ligaments and fascia along the back of your leg time to loosen, to let go of stiffness, to become a little longer, a little more elastic. Stay inward, stay present with the sensations that arise. You might notice that over time you're able to draw your foot a little higher or a little farther forward as those muscle fibers are lengthening, letting go of tightness. If you have tight hamstrings and you often experience low back pain, this is a great posture to practice regularly. A lot of times, tight hamstrings contribute to low back pain because we compensate by overstretching the lower back. And this pose lets you stretch those back thigh muscles while keeping the spine totally supported and stable. If you practice on your own, you can stay for 3, 5, or 7 minutes on each side. Gradually work your way up. If you're using a strap or other prop, release it and set it off to the side. Bend your right knee and your left knee, drawing the sole of your left foot onto the floor, and place your right foot behind your left knee. Lift the left foot up to come into a reclining figure 4. Draw your left knee closer to you. You can either wrap your hands behind your left shin, if you can reach, or behind your left thigh. Gently pull the knee towards you, as close to your chest as you can. If you're really flexible and you need to go deeper to feel a stretch, your option is to grab your right shin like a baby and allow your left leg to straighten out. That's only if you're really flexible and weren't already feeling a stretch in the figure 4. Observe the rhythm of your breath. Observe the sensation of the body softening. Notice what it's like to let go of rigidity, to let go of resistance, to just simply be here. We'll be here for about 5 more breaths. Check if maybe you can pull the knee a little closer. Bend your elbows as much as you need. Go ahead and release your hands. If there's anything on your left side, move it out of the way. Lightly grab onto your right ankle. Bring your left toes down to the mat. Gently let your legs come all the way over to the left side into a gentle twist. Adjust as much as you need to. If your legs don't want to come down all the way to the floor, place something underneath them, a block or a blanket. Just do whatever you need to do to bring yourself into a twist, but something that doesn't feel like too much. Find your edge. Take your right arm and allow it to fall straight out to the right, gently letting your head roll to gaze to the right if your neck is comfortable. If not, you can gaze straight up at the ceiling. You can also have your elbow bent with your hand overhead. I hope this feels amazing. I love this one. Find your breath. Yoga does many things on many levels, and one thing that it does is it opens the body. It removes restrictions that prevent us from being comfortable, that keep us trapped in stiffness and discomfort. It removes impediments to the flow of energy, giving a sense of increased vitality, bringing you a deeper sense of well-being. You might feel that you're lying here just doing nothing, but a lot is happening under the surface. Gently rotate your head to look up at the ceiling. Bring your right hand to your side or your belly and gently come onto your back, facing upwards. Hug both knees in, and then one at a time, straighten out the legs. We're going to take a mini Shavasana to release the hips. Allow your arms to rest by your sides, legs to gently rest on the floor, eyelids to close. Enjoy the sense of spaciousness in the hip joints. Draw your left knee towards you. Gently move it from side to side. Grab your strap if you're using it. Place it behind the middle of your left foot and straighten your leg up towards the ceiling. Hold on to the strap or to the back of your leg or your foot if you're not using a prop. If your leg doesn't come to 90 degrees, that's totally normal. Especially if you work out a lot or run a lot or sit still a lot. So many things can cause tight hamstrings. So it's perfectly fine to be wherever you are. Just lifting the foot as high as it will go, and if the leg is straight up at 90 degrees, drawing the toes as far forward as you can. If you're feeling unsettled, if your mind isn't liking this idea of being still, you can add a silent mantra. Mantras are a tool to give the mind something to focus on, something to cut through the endless cycle of thoughts that tend to repeat in the mind. One very simple mantra that you can use is so hum. With each in-breath, silently repeat the syllable so, and as you exhale, silently repeat the syllable hum. Draw out each syllable so they match the length of your breath. So, hum. If you're a visual person, you might see the words written out. This mantra means I am that, but it doesn't really matter so much what it means. It's primarily a tool for focus, a different option to focus on other than the breath. Release your strap, place it off to the side. Bend your right knee, left foot behind the right knee, left foot flexed. You know where we're going. Find your hand placement. Observe how you feel on this side. Often the two sides are different. You may feel more tightness here or more open, or maybe there is no difference. Bring your awareness to the back of your body. Notice all the points of your head and shoulders and back and pelvis that are connecting with the mat, with the solid surface underneath you. If you like, come back to the mantra, so hum. And this time we'll add one extra step. As you're inhaling so, guide your awareness up from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. And as you're exhaling hum, let your awareness travel down from the crown of the head to the base of your spine. While we're in this posture that's creating space in the left hip, ask yourself the question, is there anything you'd like to make space for in your life? Is there anything you'd like to have that you don't have now? Think about what it is that you would want. And is there anything you'd like to get rid of to make room for that other thing? With each exhale, imagine letting go of whatever it is that you don't want in your life anymore. And with each inhale, imagine creating space, expanding, making room for what you want. Release your hands, guide your right toes to the mat. If there's anything to the right side of you, move it out of the way. Hold on to your left ankle. Gently bring the left foot down to the floor or a block or a blanket. Allow the left arm to open up. If your neck is comfortable, your head looks over to the left. If not, face up toward the ceiling. Your eyes can close. Come back to your breath, or to your mantra, or both. See if you can locate the deep well of peace that exists within you, that exists within all of us, but sometimes we stay at the surface where the waves ebb and flow and sometimes crash chaotically. If we go down deep enough, we'll find this stillness, this deep peace at our core. Begin mentally preparing to move. Gently bring your left arm down to your side or onto your belly. Lift your knees up, rolling onto your back. In slow motion, straighten out both legs. Separate them a little distance apart, your arms a little ways from your sides, palms face up, coming back into your mini Shavasana. Observe the rise and fall of your belly and of your heart. Bend your knees and bring the soles of your feet onto the mat a short distance away from your hips. If you have a block, go ahead and grab it. If not, you can use a stack of books. We're going to come into a supported bridge. Lift up your hips and place the block under your sacrum at the base of your spine. I'm placing mine at the medium height. You can choose which height you want. You can also stack 2 blocks. Just make sure that they're stable. Allow your arms to rest at your sides, palms face up. If you feel any compression in the spine, You can walk the shoulders a little higher to stretch it out. Feel the back of your head resting on the mat, your upper back, the backs of your arms, your sacrum on the block, and your feet on the mat. Very gentle partial inversion here as we're lifting the hips a little higher than the head, increasing blood flow to the brain. This position is both calming and revitalizing. You have the option to stay here or try this. One at a time, straighten your legs, bringing your heels to rest on the mat. If that's too intense on your hip flexors, come back to bridge for just a moment to move the block to a lower height and then try again. Feet relaxed, toes pointing forward, legs totally relaxed. Your entire body is relaxed. There's no muscular effort. This is just letting go. You can bring your arms overhead, either grab opposite elbows or reach the arms overhead with the palms face up. Surrender to gravity. A really nice pose to stretch the front of the body, the front of the abdomen, and especially the hip flexors. This is a really great posture if you spend a lot of time sitting. Stretch your arms and bring them by your sides. One foot at a time, bring the soles of the feet back onto the mat, underneath your knees. Now, if you're not on the lowest height of your block, that's great, because what we can do is turn the block down to a lower level and take a moment here. Just let your body absorb what this feels like. Notice the change in sensation. Then gently lifting up, remove the block from underneath you and release your spine all the way onto the mat. Give your knees one last hug. We'll take a very quick happy baby, just because this is a great pose, a great hip opener, although some people hate it. If your hips are pretty tight, this might feel like torture, but keep practicing. You'll come to love it. If your hands don't reach your feet, grab your ankles. If that's not working, you can take the variation of bringing the soles of the feet together and letting the knees point out to the sides. If you're in happy baby, you're pressing your knees down towards the mat on either sides of your chest. Maybe rocking gently side to side. And then release, bring your feet onto the floor and walk them forward. Separate your legs, arms rest by your sides, coming into the final resting pose of this sequence, your Shavasana. Allow your eyes to be closed. Observe the rise and fall of your belly, the rise and fall of your heart. A final few moments of stillness. One more chance to go deeper, to see what's there. You're You're welcome to stay here longer if you like. Feel free to pause the video. If you need to move on with your day, start to gently move your fingers and toes. Stretch your arms overhead. Hug both knees into your chest. Gently roll to whichever side feels more natural, using one arm as a pillow. Give yourself a few seconds here. And then lift up to sitting. Come into a comfortable cross-legged seat. Lift the crown of your head upward, stretch your spine long. Roll your shoulders. Bring your left hand on top of your right. Inhale as you sweep your arms up in a circle. Bring your palms together overhead. And exhale, draw your hands to your heart. One more time to fill up with fresh oxygen, fresh prana. And exhale, hands to your heart. Pause a moment in gratitude for something you appreciate. I appreciate you practicing, for taking this time for you. If you enjoyed that, let me know in the comments below, and feel free to subscribe if you'd like more videos like this. I wish you a beautiful day or night.